In the heart of New Orleans, beneath the lively jazz and colorful parades, there lies a shadowy undercurrent of ancient secrets and dark magic. It was in this city, teeming with life and history, that Olivia found herself drawn, searching for inspiration for her next novel. Olivia rented a quaint, albeit slightly run-down townhouse in the French Quarter. The building's creaky floors and weathered shutters seemed charming during the daylight, but as night fell, the atmosphere shifted. The air grew thick with humidity and the scent of old wood and something indefinably sinister. On her second night, Olivia noticed the sounds. At first, she thought it was just the typical nightlife of New Orleans, but these noises were different. Whispering voices, distant yet unnervingly close, seemed to slip through the walls, carrying words she couldn't quite understand. Despite her growing unease, she pushed it aside as her imagination, heightened by the new mysterious setting. As the days passed, Olivia's curiosity about the history of her temporary home grew. She visited a local historian, an elderly woman named Ms. Dupré, who had lived in the quarter her entire life. When Olivia mentioned the address, Ms. Dupré's face paled, and she gripped her rosary tightly. "You need to leave that place," Ms. Dupré warned. "That house has a dark past. A voodoo priestess named Eliza once lived there. She was wronged by the townsfolk, accused of witchcraft and terrible deeds. They hanged her in Jackson Square, but before she died, she cursed the place, swearing that her spirit would seek vengeance on all who lived there." Olivia, intrigued but skeptical, thanked Ms. Dupré and returned to the townhouse. That night, the whispers grew louder, almost as if they were coming from the very walls around her. She tried to drown them out, but sleep was elusive. Finally, exhaustion overtook her, and she drifted into a fitful sleep. In her dream, she stood in Jackson Square under a blood-red moon. Shadows moved unnaturally, coalescing into the figure of a woman. Eliza's eyes burned with hatred as she pointed a finger at Olivia, her mouth moving in a silent scream. Olivia awoke with a start. The image burned into her mind. Determined to uncover the truth, Olivia searched the house from top to bottom. In the attic, behind a rotting beam, she discovered an old leather-bound journal. It was Eliza's, filled with accounts of her life, her persecution, and the rituals she performed. As Olivia read, she felt a chill settle over her, the air growing colder with each page. That night, Olivia couldn't sleep. She felt a presence in the room with her, a cold, angry presence. The whispers were now accompanied by the sensation of icy fingers brushing against her skin. Suddenly, the door to her bedroom slammed shut with a deafening bang. She leaped from the bed, heart pounding, and saw the shadowy figure of Eliza standing at the foot of her bed. "You have read my words," Eliza hissed, her voice echoing in the small room. "You have awakened my spirit. Now, you will join me." Olivia backed against the wall, her mind racing. She remembered something from the journal, a ritual to banish spirits. With shaking hands, she grabbed her notebook and scribbled the incantation, chanting it desperately. The air grew colder, the lights flickered, and Eliza's form wavered. As she finished the last words, Eliza let out a bone-chilling scream and vanished, leaving Olivia trembling in the silence. The house was still, the oppressive weight lifted. Olivia packed her bags and left the next morning, vowing never to return. Years later, her novel, The Vengeance of Eliza, became a bestseller, but Olivia never spoke of the true inspiration behind it. The townhouse in the French Quarter remains vacant, a forgotten relic of New Orleans' haunted past, where whispers of the dead linger and the spirit of Eliza waits, always watching for her next victim. In the heart of